Hi, my beautiful people. Hope you're doing good. Beautiful souls out there. Great to see you around again. It's a little bit noisy and windy probably, but I would like to share a very special story, and I will also keep it here as my personal memoirs of how I felt that day when I was able to visit Rolex headquarters. And production. I mean, it meant the world to me. The second we were driving off the highway and I've seen those buildings, it was incredible, guys. It was so unreal. Even though, we're in the physical world and everything that is happening here around is usually physical unless you know it a little better, which some of us, of course, do know. But once I stood, in front of those tall black buildings, completely covered in glass, and realized, it was 32 degrees Celsius at that day, and really realized what was happening, man. I was standing in front of Rolex, of Hans Wilmsdorf legacy, of the reason why I became a watch collector. It just was so, I'm telling you, so epical for me, And I had my journey. Every one of us had their journey. But it all started with Rolex. And I think it will also end with that brand. I had them, probably you can say, almost all. Patek, Omega, all of them. But the one brand that I was always felt drawn to, and magically drawn to, was always Rolex. And guys, believe me, it meant the world to me. It was quite a funny experience, gotta tell you that. I've been there. It was 2 days ago. I couldn't reach the headquarters, so I went to the facilities where they were, and they had even a beautiful Rolex lounge. I went in, I made a few photos of them. And a security lady came to me and she said, "Hey, no, you're not allowed to do videos or photos." I said, "No problem. I'm going to erase them." And I did that. I erased them with her by my side. So even the trash bin, I erased that too out of my phone. But I was allowed to keep the ones that I made when I drove from the highway. So it was very, very impressive for me. And regardless, the lady was so sweet. She was so kind. So, I don't know, what can I say? Maybe Rolex, if you're watching this, you can check out your security cams and see what I did. And what kind of interaction that actually was. Yeah, regardless, man, it was so epic. And I don't know, man. It was one of the situations. I wore my Rolex 126-500 Alen. It was one of those situations that just burned into my mind, as it meant a lot to me on my journey, on my life journey. Incredible experience. But what is next? What do I think next? Do I need another watch? I would love to have one. I would love to have the lefty. I mean, a watch that is representing a lot. It is unique. It has a nice color scheme to it. It is a lefty. And I would love to have it, side by side with my with my Rolex watch collection. I would love to have it. But that was not the reason why I told you that. Why I told you that. No. It was just. I still cannot grasp it, you know. I still cannot grasp it that I was able to sit in the car and drive down 4 hours to be able to see that. To be able to see where all Rolex actually are coming from and get distributed from. And that is how things, you know, can become parts of your life. You know, understanding that I'm involved, let's put it that way. I'm involved in the watch business. I'm not a dealer. I'm not a private dealer, which is also existing in this world. I'm someone that is, let's say, behind the curtains, making sure with my knowledge to be able to help the people. This is all that I want. And as I said, it all started with Rolex. I'm getting quite emotional right now. I'm thinking about Mishka's video yesterday, where he walked into the field where you see corn and showed us corn and talked about his childhood. And how he tried to explain his 5-year-old daughter why he's not wearing the Daytona on all occasions. Very cute, very sweet how he did it. If you don't know who he is, check him out. Steel Moon at _watches, I believe. And he was talking about his way of living when he was younger. And this reminded me kind of my experience when I was younger. When my mother used to drive me into the bigger city. And then of course we went shopping, and after shopping I always insisted that I would like to visit my jeweler, my favorite jeweler store. And I love to look at the watches, at, you know, jewelry. I love to look at that. So I was basically pressing my face all the time on the shopping window to see what's new. And how those humble beginnings, guys, really humble beginnings, turned into a passion and then profession. If you're watching this Rolex, I would like to say, and not only for me, I mean, who am I? And also, why should I represent anyone that would not like to be represented? But I would like to say, at least from my side, and I'm very, very thankful that you guys are around. That you guys do what you do for the environment, which is very, very important, and the culture, and the entertainment business. I really like to say thank you very much. I do appreciate what you all are doing. From the worker up until the highest CEO, Remy. I'm just happy. Yeah, that's it. Alright guys, check you in the next one. See ya.